Some things set.
So back on.
Afternoon, evening rather, we will call the meeting of the Lincoln Park Mayor and City Council of November 7th, 2022 to order. If everyone would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, will today be led by students from DECA at the Lincoln Park High School, which will be immediately followed by the invocation of Reverend Karen Butler of Wings of Deliverance Ministries.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father, we come to you tonight. We need your help. We ask you, Lord God, first of all, we say thank you for your goodness, your grace, and your mercy towards us. Now, God, in the name of Jesus, we come and we ask your help, your guidance for these thy people, these members of the City Council of the City of Lincoln Park. We're asking you, God, to remember every family represented here, every household that is in this room right now, every household that's in this city. We pray, God, that you would give these thy people wisdom, guidance, and direction in a world that is full of turmoil right now. Give us the answers where people have opinions, they have comments, but God, we need resolutions. And most of all, God, we ask that you would help us to love one another, to respect one another, to step out of our opinions and reach out with the fingers and the hands of love. We thank you for this mayor who has served with kindness and love and patience. And God, we pray for the incoming leader. We ask you, Lord God, to touch them and bless them and keep them. And let everything be done decent and in order in behalf of your people. These blessings we ask in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Reverend. Beautifully done. All right, then. We could have roll call.
Councilpersons Dupre. Here. Higgins.
Here.
Kelsey.
Here.
Ross. Here. Salcido.
Here.
Tobin.
Here.
And Mayor Carnes.
Here. All right, so it come time for mayor's remarks. You might notice that we have a few more people here than we usually do. And we're going to start off with them. We have a proclamation. Whereas November 2022 has been declared DECA month for the City of Lincoln Park, whereas DECA is an intensive and relevant co-curricular organization at Lincoln Park High School, advised by Leslie Berrigan and Candy Plow. Whereas DECA prepares emerging leaders and entrepreneurs for careers in marketing, finance, hospitality, and management in high schools and colleges around the globe. Whereas students in DECA participate in meaningful, authentic experiences that improve the quality of their education and character development while increasing student engagement. Whereas through participation in DECA activities, 97% of DECA members say they learned how to communicate thoughts and ideas, how to organize a presentation, and more about what businesses expect from employees while gaining problem-solving skills. Whereas more than 92% of DECA members say their experience empowered them to be effective leaders and connected school to the real world. Nearly 82% of DECA members say DECA helped them recognize the benefit of community service. Whereas DECA members say their experience prepared them academically for college and career, and that's 91%. influenced their college plans, 64%, influenced their career plans, 73%, and influenced their interest in entrepreneurship and owning a business at 66%. Whereas DECA at Lincoln Park High School does regular projects and activities within its school and the surrounding community in both academics and community service. Now therefore, I, Thomas Carnes, Mayor of the City of Lincoln Park, and representatives of the City Council, by virtue of the authority invested in me by the laws of the City of Lincoln Park, do hereby proclaim November 2022 as DECA Month. Across the City of Lincoln Park, I urge all residents to become familiar with the benefits offered by DECA at Lincoln Park High School, to continue to support and, when possible, participate in these programs to assist in enhancing these students' individual skills and learning. So, if Emily Jacobs has a few words to say about DECA. So, Emily?
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor, Carnes, City Council, and fellow community members. My name is Emily Jacobs. I am a junior and current president of the Lincoln Park DECA chapter. Now, a lot of you may be wondering, what is DECA? DECA is a business organization for high school students. It prepares emerging leaders for real-life scenarios in the business aspect. DECA goes beyond the competitions. It is incorporated in everyday life at Lincoln Park High School. DECA runs our charity event every year. This year, we raised money for the Muscular Dystrophy Association, also known as the MDA. We held the charity event at one of our football games. We sold MDA t-shirts, received sponsorships, ran Miracle Minutes, and received a very generous donation from our very own JROTC. Altogether, we've raised $3,763.52. We plan to raise more at our basketball charity event in March. Students have the opportunity to travel with DECA. For our first competition, all LPHS DECA members are attending the district competition at Wayne County Community College. If our students place, they advance to the state competition held downtown Detroit. Once again, if our students place, they advance to the international competition held in Orlando, Florida. DECA brings our students together to learn and grow into emerging leaders. While all of this can be fun, it can also be costly. To raise money for our students, we hold food drives, clothes drives, bingo nights, and so many more fundraisers to help our students attend these events. Making November DECA Month will not only promote DECA within the community, but it will include our entire community within all events we hold. This will help our chapter with student participation, fundraisers, and general knowledge about DECA. Thank you so much, Mayor Tom Carnes and City Council, for your continued support to the Lincoln Park DECA chapter. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Now, if council would agree to come out front, I think a group picture between,
I just spilled coffee on myself.
between
I brushed it off. I'm afraid I'm gonna be in trouble.
with all of us,
See that on your billboard.
all of us and all of you.
People.
I was just gonna say, we're at that wide lens. I wonder if it'd be better just to.
Up here, what would be better? How can we?
And we'll probably have to stand.
Here in this council, or would that look silly too?
No, they can sit on the edge of the stage, but.
A couple of you sit, and a couple of you squat, and then the council in the back. Yeah, do the cheerleader pose. All right, so a few sitters.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying, yeah. I think that's good.
I'm wearing jeans. I have on blue jeans, so I'm...
All right, move
There
it
you
up
go,
there,
that
buddy.
was good. I like to show my
Tracy, you going up? Unless you wanna go on the front, there's room in the front.
Now the next row, you guys are squatting.
It's a weightlifting class or is it a photo session?
I can get three city council over here.
There you go.
And three over here.
City council on the side.
Make it happen.
There you go.
You can even sit with the kids. You want to sit down next to the kids, get everybody in?
Yeah, they can see you.
Emily, you're going to squat, right? Yeah, there we go. Have a seat right there next to her.
Maureen, yeah, move in, there you go. You don't have to sit, you can just move in.
There we go.
Mike, move in a little bit.
All right, I need the ladies that I said were squatters to squat.
Squat down.
Because you're blocking me in the back. Emily, squat more. There we go. Ready? Everybody here. 1, 2. Where's the proclamation? Can I borrow that for a second? You can. I mean, I'm a little bossy, we know.
Part of your charm, Leslie.
Oh, leadership.
Part of your charm.
All right, ready? do it again. 1, 2, try to get that table out of it. 3, smile. Emily, duck again. There we go. Fantastic. Thank you very much.
I'm wearing blue jeans because I was working. I haven't been home. Jeans and standing there wearing jeans.
Next time, I want you to flash.
Nice job.
You're okay, Ed.
I'm used to that. I know.
No problem.
Deca was a record company. Remember, Maureen?
Yes, I do.
2 C's, yes.
Well, since I was out here, anyway, we have a prestigious award to bestow. Each day at each Thursday at the concert series, there is a rock box or black box that is put in the trunk, and attendees are encouraged to vote for their favorite bands. How they vote is that they vote with money, cash bucks. And as a result of all of the groups and everything that were taking place, there was one clear winner for the black box. Are we saying how much they raised?
We can, and it's a competition among the bands too. So yeah.
Competition with bands.
Yeah.
But Infinity and Beyond was the winner today, and we have their drummer, Gary Eversfield, also from Accounting Plus, and is on the come on.
Very good.
One, that your band chooses to play for us, we appreciate that. Yeah, and that's it. Then that you had the people come out and support our kids program and the concert series. So I'm going to give you that, well earned, and awesome. Congratulations.
And I will say one of the best drummers downriver, too.
Southeast Michigan, at least.
Yes.
There's more? Once I'm out here. The Community Improvement Commission does a holiday award. Usually twice during the year. They will do Halloween awards, and then coming soon would be Christmas. How that is done is people submit what addresses they think is appropriate. They take a look at it, and then they vote for the ones that are posted on there. We have a clear winner. We have the president, Stephen Cowell, of the Community Improvement Commission. Steve, you want to tell us a little bit about it? Or?
Well, we look for people that want to nominate a home in the city that they think deserves recognition for their decor, or people can recommend themselves for this award. We'll be doing something later this month for Christmas. So obviously, if you know of any house or your house that you think deserves some recognition for all the work that goes into the decor, the Facebook page for the Community Improvement Commission, I don't have the exact address, but if you search Lincoln Park Community Improvement Commission, you should be able to find that Facebook page. There'll be more information there. And can I mention the address that won this year?
Yes.
Yeah, I think, well, I say that and the numbers like slide through my head like a sieve, but I think it is, I know it is 1524 Champaign, 4 whole numbers, I can't, 1524.
You can send recommendations to Councilman, future Mayor Higgins, and he'll get that. He will be on that commission very shortly. So what does the winner get?
I think there's 3 gift certificates in
They
there.
are from Bob's, from Cameo Restaurant, and Marathon Gas Card.
Wow, very nice.
Sounds worth doing.
You guys have seen 1524 Champagne. It's the one that really Well, really.
Right across from the middle school, guys.
Is the Community Improvement Commission, is that their desire that I deliver this?
If you would like to, I'd be happy to deliver, and I delivered, well, I mailed the winners for the garden walk in the summer, but I'd be happy to take it by. Well, thank you. Thanks, Mayor and Council and other elected officials and everybody.
Yeah, very
You guys
nice.
may have seen their garden walk, which they brought back earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. Then lastly, we have a, well, not lastly, but we have a special event coming that's important to all, because Lincoln Park, if one thing, is just full of small businesses. Whereas the government of Lincoln Park, Michigan celebrates our local small business and contributions they make to our local economy and community. Whereas according to the United States Small Business Administration, there are 32.5 million small businesses in the United States. Small businesses represent 99.7% of the firms with paid employees. Small businesses are responsible for 62% of net new jobs created since 1995. And small businesses employ 46.8% of the employees in the private sector in the United States. Whereas 79% of consumers understand the importance of supporting the small businesses in their community on Small Business Saturday. 70% report the day makes them want to encourage others to shop small, independently owned retailers, and 66% report that the day makes them want to shop small all year long. And whereas 58% of shoppers reported they shopped online with a small business, and 54% reported they dined or ordered takeout from a small restaurant, bar, or cafe, or small business Saturday in 2021. Whereas Lincoln Park, Michigan supports our local businesses that create jobs, boost our local economy, and preserve our communities. And whereas advocacy groups as well as public and private organizations across the country have endorsed Saturday after Thanksgiving as Small Business Saturday. Now therefore I, Thomas E. Carnes, Mayor of the City of Lincoln Park, and with all of the Council of Lincoln Park, do hereby proclaim November 26, 2022 as Small Business Saturday, and urge the residents of our community and communities across the country to support small businesses and merchants on Small Business Saturday and throughout the year. Okay. And then lastly, I guess tomorrow's an important day. For many different people, Election Day.
It is.
So we have the person in charge of our elections to my left.
That's me.
There's no running away right now.
Running away.
So I think it's appropriate to have some remarks from her, some guidance if you are going out to vote, and some basic rules.
Okay.
Carrie?
So, like the mayor said, tomorrow is Election Day. Everybody get out and vote if you haven't already cast your absentee ballot. All 12 of the precincts in Lincoln Park will be open from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. Should be have your picture ID with you so that you can speed the process up. It helps the inspectors verify who you are and locate your record in the poll book. If you've been issued an absentee ballot and you still are holding it, there's still time to get it turned in. You need to turn it in at City Hall before 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. The polls do close at 8 p.m., and that's the last moment that we can accept an absentee ballot back from you. So if you have the absentees, get them in. If you're going to the polls, get to the polls. Everybody vote. Okay?
How many registered voters are there in the city of Lincoln Park?
We have slightly over 29,000. So
29,000.
a lot of people.
Yes, it is, and say just that our city clerk and her staff are phenomenal in the job that they do. But it's not only them, but it's the extension of, at each of the precincts, that they have paid people to come in to handle all. I mean, there's crews at each, 12 of them. They have a long day, but in Lincoln Park, they do an exceptional job. So in advance, I'm thinking.
I'm very proud of our, not only my staff in the office, but the election workers that we have. They're all all on the ball. They all enjoy what they do. A lot of them have been with us for years and years and years, and they'll help you out and get you through no time flat.
Can I ask a question, Your Honor?
Sure.
Carrie, I know that there are several ballot boxes around. So that doesn't mean that you can put your absentee ballot in that box at 8?
The box here at City Hall will still be open. We do close the one at the community center tomorrow morning so that
Okay.
we're not running around half the night trying to collect ballots, but we do lock that one tomorrow morning. I'll do a final pickup on my way in and lock that one, so they do need to be returned to City Hall tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay? And don't put them in Wyandottes or Allen Park boxes, because
Because they have to go here.
yeah, they have to come here. They have to come to Lincoln Park to be counted.
Dave,
Okay?
is there a number that people can call if there are issues or?
Sure, absolutely. The number here at City Hall is area code 313-386-1800, and you can use either extension 1248, 1247, or 1288. Those will get you right into my office. And if there's something that you need to question, certainly call me.
Okay.
Okay?
Then we will move on to the consent agenda. Resolved that the following items listed on the consent agenda be approved as presented to the mayor and city council. 1, approved minutes regular meeting held October 17, 2022. 2, approved minutes study session RE Water System Improvement Plan held October 17, 2022. 3, participation / residential rehabilitation loan. 4, solicit bids / lead-asbestos. 5, set public hearing, CDBG CARES Act Action Plan. 6, approve charitable solicitation, Goodfellows Annual Paper Drive.
So move.
Support.
Okay, discussion. So clerk call the roll.
Councilpersons Higgins,
Yes.
Dupre,
Yes.
Kelsey,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
Salcido,
Yes.
Tobin,
Yes.
and Mayor Carnes.
Yes. All right, let me get. Okay. As we jump to the action items, first one has a cover letter from our city clerk, Carrie Kerr. Purpose of this request, thank you for coming, folks. We appreciate it. Purpose of this request is to allow a new used auto dealer license for 2022. The applicant has complied with code requirements per the building official and provided proof of insurance. This is a Class D broker's license. Resolved that an annual 2022 used auto dealer's license be approved to the following location: City Towing Incorporated, 1785 Southfield Road. Fees paid, application, and insurance filed.
So move.
Support.
Any discussion? Clerk call the roll.
Councilpersons Higgins,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
Dupre,
Yes.
Kelsey,
Yes.
Salcido,
Yes.
Tobin,
Yes.
and Mayor Carnes.
Yes. Wonder where that was. The next item has a cover letter from City Manager James Grzan and editor. In background, the city has not formally adopted a policy defining capital improvements and establishing the city's capital improvement planning process. This is a standard policy recommended by the Government Finance Officers Association. The attached policy takes elements of policies from other communities across the state. I have tailored these elements to either match current practices or amend current practices to help us in our capital improvement planning process. There are 2 major changes in the policy from previous practice. The first is an increase from $3,500 to $5,000 in a threshold for what could be considered capital versus operational. This is still lower than most communities' $10,000, but makes sense for us considering our slow build towards a stable fiscal condition. Second change is defining the capital improvement plan as a 6-year plan. This is a year longer than we have done in the past, and is consistent with the redevelopment ready community's best practices. The last major change lays out the process for approval. Historically, we have not had a formal approval process. Capital improvement program was approved as part of the budget. However, this process follows the Michigan Planning Enabling Act, and in that it puts the onus of the Planning Commission to formally adopt the plan. So be it resolved, the mayor and council for the city of Lincoln Park approved the capital improvement plan presented on November 7, 2022 by reference.
So moved.
Support. Discussion? Clerk call the roll.
Councilpersons Ross?
Yes.
Higgins?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Kelsey?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Tobin?
Yes.
And Mayor Carnes.
Yes. Next item is a cover letter from our Chief of Police, Raymond Waters. Lincoln Park Police Department is requesting the mayor and council to waive the formal bidding process and authorize the purchase of one Focus H1 in-car camera system from SF Mobile Vision. SF Mobile Vision is the sole supplier of the Focus H1 in-camera car system. Be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize the police department to waive the bidding process and purchase one Focus H1 in-car camera system for a cost of $5,706 from SF Mobile Vision, the sole supplier. Be it further resolved, funds for the purchase of the in-car camera system to come from the police department's computer equipment account 101-305-820.
So moved.
Support.
Discussion? Clerk call the roll.
Councilpersons Higgins?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Kelsey?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Tobin?
Yes.
And Mayor Carnes.
Yes. I'll get there. Not anytime soon. Okay. This is also from Chief of Police Ray Waters. Lincoln Park Police Department is requesting the council waive the bid process and grant the police department permission to purchase one Panasonic Toughbook computer from CDW-G. CDW-G has provided a state bid quote for this purchase. In the Y, the police department has one new patrol vehicle on order that will need the computer for patrol, the new computer. No, that was the past one. I don't have the resolution. Or I lost the resolution. Whereas the Lincoln Park Police Department is requesting to purchase one Panasonic Toughbook computer. Be it resolved, the mayor and council authorize the police department to waive the bidding process and purchase one Panasonic Toughbook computer for a total cost of $3,899.02 from CDW-G, a qualifying state bid pricing supplier. Be it further resolved, funds for the purchase of one computer to come from the police department's computer equipment account 101-305-820. Police Department JAG grant to reimburse the police department after the purchase has been made.
So moved.
Support.
Discussion?
To the chair.
Yes.
We're getting a new police vehicle, and we're getting this new computer for the new vehicle, correct?
That's
And then
correct.
my question is, this new vehicle, this is a replacement vehicle for another vehicle? And so isn't there a computer in the old vehicle? And what will happen to that computer?
There is a computer in the other vehicle that we're going to replace, but it's older and it's already out of warranty, so we're going to replace it with a new one.
Okay.
Okay, anything further? Clerk call.
I'm good.
Councilpersons Tobin?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Higgins?
Yes.
Kelsey?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
And Mayor Carnes.
Yes. Where's I found that? Okay, Next one doesn't have a cover letter, that's a good thing.
It does, I just do it so. Lisa.
I don't know what that is. It's a good thing I don't have to do this too much longer.
I had you trained by now.
Good luck with that. So this next item has a cover letter from Lisa Gadwood, Residential Rehabilitation Clerk. The why is on October 2nd, 2022, the mayor and council authorized staff to solicit bids for 2 properties to be demolished. The bids were opened on October 26th, and the results are attached. Simply Construction Excavating LLC was the lowest bidder. Okay. So Simple Construction had $37,598. Global Green Services Group had $51,500. International Construction, $59,900. Homrich, $76,978. Blue Star Incorporated, $96,500. And the Adams Group, $103,821. This is the right one. Whereas it's been determined that by the Dangerous Building Board that the properties located at 1022 Mill and 26560 Outer Drive are unsafe structures and need to be demolished. And whereas the mayor and council adopted a resolution to authorize the demolitions, now therefore be it resolved that Simply Construction and Excavating LLC be awarded the bid for demolition of the structures located at 1022 Mill and 26560 Outer Drive at a cost not to exceed $37,598, as they are the lowest bidder that meets all specifications. Funds to come from CDBG account 249-046-962D Building Department demolition. Be it further resolved that the mayor and city clerk are authorized to execute all necessary documents.
So moved. Support.
Okay, in discussion, John, is this something that they pay additional and they hold back, or is that just for road constructions? Maybe the city manager can answer that for me. Don't trip.
Typically, you can hold a retention, and it would diminish as the more completed the project has become.
Okay, is that something that we wanted on this? Obviously not, because it's not on there, or is it not important?
Yeah, I don't know that a retention on this is quite as needed. We just won't pay the bill if the project's not done. Typically, the retainage is usually held to make sure that a contractor comes back and handles any of the issues that might arise, the restoration from a water main project or a road project, just to make sure that those punch list items do get done. On this, I don't know how much more punch list, once the buildings are leveled and backfilled, there's not much punch list items that would be left.
Possibly concrete or restoration, which wouldn't probably take place till the warmer parts of next spring, unless they get in and knock it out right away, and we have a little bit of warm weather left, which doesn't appear to
So
going
they
to be
won't
the
be
case.
totally paid until the job is totally complete, right?
I didn't put that out, but I would say you are correct with what you've just said.
Okay, thanks for the input. Any further discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Dupre?
Yes.
Tobin?
Yes.
Higgins?
Yes.
Kelsey?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
And Mayor Carnes.
Yes. Okay, this next item has a cover letter from John Kasu, our DPS director, In background, on November 2, 2022, the City of Lincoln Park received and opened 2 bids for KMB, Kennedy Memorial Building Rooftop Unit Repair Replacement Project at the Kennedy Memorial Building. The invitation to bid asked for prices for 2 options: to replace the existing compressors in the rooftop unit and remove and replace the existing 30-ton rooftop unit. Below are the 2 bids that were received. Option 1, compressor replacement only, Fry HVAC, $38,044. Flow air heating and cooling, $20,600. Option 2, removal and replacement existing 30-ton rooftop unit. Fry HVAC, $82,359.17. Flow air heating and cooling, $104,918. If option 1, the compressor replacement only, is chosen, it is my recommendation that Mayor and City Council approve awarding the project to Flow Air Heating and Cooling for a total cost of $22,660. This amount includes 10% contingency to the base bid of $20,600. If option 2, removal and replacement of existing 30-ton rooftop unit, is chosen, it is my recommendation that the Mayor and Council approve awarding the project to Fry HVAC for a total cost of $90,595.09. This amount includes a 10% contingency to the base bid of $82,359.17. It is estimated that by replacing the compressors, the rooftop unit should be functional for an additional 8-10 years. Kennedy Memorial Building needs significant building upgrades in the next 8 to 10 years. It's hoped the city will be able to plan and fund the needed upgrades. As a result, upgrading the HVAC system would be recommended at that time. Okay, so resolution is, be it resolved that the Mayor and City Council approve to award the compressor replacement only project 1 to Flow Air Heating and Cooling for a total cost of $22,660. This amount includes a 10% contingency to the base bid of $20,600. Be it further resolved, funds to be taken from account number 101-263-931-000 Buildings and Grounds.
So move.
Support.
Okay, discussion?
Through the chair?
Yes, ma'am.
So they're saying 10 years if we do just the compressor. That's a good amount of time.
That's what Director Kazula is reporting. Yes, ma'am.
This has these compressors have a 3-year warranty on them, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so I just hate to put $22,000 into something with a 3-year warranty that's already 30 years old.
We have DPS Director John Kazoo approaching the bench.
Mayor and Council, some added information. If this body chose to replace the entire unit, what they're telling us right now is they don't think we'll be able to receive that apparatus until approximately middle of July of next year, which would mean, depending on how warm it does or how hot it does get in the springtime, if we don't put the compressors in the existing unit, room A may not have cool AC until the entire unit is delivered and then installed. So speculating that they are correct on how long it's going to take to get that entire 30-ton unit, which is middle of July, if something doesn't go appropriate and we don't get it until September, October, then you may not have the ability to cool room A. At least if you get the compressors, we can get those pretty much in about 4 to 6 weeks, and we don't need them presently because the unit is functioning for heat. We could have that ready for the springtime usage, and then it could go out to bid at a later date for the entire replacement.
Through the chair?
Were you set, Councilwoman? Okay.
Any other questions?
Well, if I could just add that it's my understanding that the compressor is one of the major components to this unit. The heat exchanger is another major component. So with those, if the heat exchanger was already replaced about 5 years ago and we go ahead and replace these compressors, then we pretty much have a rebuilt unit. It should last, right? We're hoping, right? I guess it's better than the, what was it, 80-something, $82,000. And hopefully if it holds out for the full 10 years, then of what they're suggesting, right? Then we should be able to put some money back for this, since we know that's something that we're going to need.
Well, that's part of the capital improvement thing. It's 6 years out,
Right.
should be able to do that. So what you're saying is that even though we have two options here, one of the options, in all reality, would not be able to be utilized until July or August.
That is correct.
So more than likely, the entire summer season, we're without the ability
Air
to...
conditioning and room A, correct.
All right, and the other option is just spending the $20,000 now, which has an estimated life of 9 years, but a guaranteed life of 3 years.
Correct. Which would then give the mayor and council the opportunity to do a little bit of planning, put it through the 6-year capital improvement process, and then get it all completed, removed, and replaced.
Through the chair.
Okay, I heard Councilwoman Ross first.
I just wanted to add that I checked with the ladies at the Van Shell, and that room's already booked. There's already a couple parties already booked in there, so just so that you know.
Well, I mean, it's a popular spot.
That it is.
Councilwoman Tobin.
John, do you know what kind of warranty the heating elements came, the ones we got 5 years ago? What kind of warranty they're under?
At the time that they were placed, they also had manufacturer's warranty of 3 years.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? All right, clerk call the roll.
Councilpersons Higgins?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Kelsey?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Tobin?
No.
And Mayor Kartz.
Yes. We also have another submission by our DPS Director, John Kazoo. In background, the City of Lincoln Park opened bids on November 2, 2022 for the spoil removal trucking services and received one bid from Simply Construction, and Excavation LLC. The bidder did not comply with the bidding requirements and did not submit a compliant bid. It is my recommendation that the mayor and city council authorize the city to reject the bid. So, be it resolved that the mayor and city council hereby authorize the city to reject the bid from Simply Construction and Excavating and rebid the spoil remover trucking services project.
So moved.
Support.
Discussion?
Through the chair, if I may, didn't we do that in-house? Didn't we have the DPS take the spoils to with the new tractor we bought and all that, or no?
We do it in-house.
Okay.
However, when you get to a point where we are with the amount of water main breaks, there's just too much
Okay.
for them to be able to keep up.
All right, so through the chair, then manpower is a problem, obviously, because we have water main breaks are priority, right?
Right, well, and it's not so much, it's the manpower at this moment, right? It's having that additional, it'd be an additional truck, having the ability, the equipment to do this
Well,
with the amount that's there.
just through the chair to clarify, they do have a truck and they do have a trailer.
Right.
But I understand what you're saying. Thank you.
Further discussion? Clerk call the roll.
Councilperson Salcido?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Higgins?
Yes.
Kelsey?
Yes.
Tobin?
Yes.
And Mayor Kartz.
Yes. It's a long one. Now move to accounts and claims payable. There are two items that have been, the checks have already been dispersed due to the due date, and that would be the Blue Care Network and the Blue Cross Blue Shield that we will be reading shortly. So resolved that accounts and claims payable for those items greater than $25,000 be approved as follows. Blue Carrier Network, November 2022 retiree med ADV plan, $30,811.36. Blue Cross Blue Shield, November 2022 retiree med ADV plans, retiree and actives, $168,869.63. BSNA software annual support fees, $37,909. Downriver Community Conference and Downriver Mutual Aid 2022-2023 membership and dues, $43,525.52. DUA, October 2022 excess flow charges, $136,393. Flow Air KMB boiler replacement, $40,462.75. GV Cement 2022 road recon and water main replacement, $104,808.84. GFL November 2022 dumpster and curbside services, $211,726.69. Hennessy General Consulting, Animal Shelter 2022, DWAM grant-led service, North Shore sewer repair, water distribution operating service, City Hall HVAC, concrete sectioning, LP Road asset management plan, road recon and water main replacement program, LP water reliability study, utility repair program, retention basin, ARPA funds, Emmons and Lincoln Pump Station design, police station addition, $91,956.46. Hutch Paving, 2022 asphalt resurfacing, $401,902. That's $401,902.20. KD Cement, 2022 sidewalk repair program, $63,318.75. LP Board of Education, dispersed school portion pilot payment 2021 and 2022, $120,222.51. McKenna, September 2022 Building Department Services Permit, $67,384.51. MERS, October 2022 Defined Benefit, $233,724. National Faith Home Buyers, First Time Home Buyers Assistant Program, $31,998. Plant Moran LLP Audit Services for fiscal year 2021/2022, $56,750. City Riverview, September 2022 Dumping, Compacted and Demolition, $27,731.76. Wayne County Treasurer, dispersed county portion from pilot payment 2021 and 2022, $110,052.98.
I'll move.
Support.
Discussion?
Through the chair, if I may.
Yes, sir.
What is the LP Board of Education disperse school portion pilot program? That's something.
So a pilot program would be a payment in lieu of taxes. These, I believe, have been done on some housing projects in the past. So essentially, the nonprofit group makes an agreement to, instead of paying taxes, because they're not for profit, they will make an annual payment in lieu of that I believe we disperse then to the other taxing entities.
You are correct.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, further discussion?
Through the chair?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Before I would vote on this, I would like the city manager to explain and talk about the CFL meeting you had, so that the audience understands at home where we're at with that situation.
Right, that was going to be my plan.
Okay, well,
Okay, are you going to do it during your report?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to know it before we vote, so the citizens hear it before we vote.
Through the chair, is the asphalt resurfacing, does that include the DPS parking lot?
Are you talking about the Hennessy?
That does not yet.
That hasn't been added in yet?
That just hasn't been done yet.
Hasn't been done yet? Okay. I just wanted to know, it gives me an idea where we are. Thank you.
Okay, so
Kind of sounds like he wants me to move into what I had prepared for my
I would appreciate
manager's
it.
report.
I think it's important because of the ongoing situation.
Okay, but one section. the one that pertains to, is it GFL?
Yeah, that's all I'm asking about is GFL. I'm not asking the rest of the report,
Yeah,
just,
stuff for GFL, and then,
Well, that was essentially my entire report, was going to go through the written report I had put together and sent out, and it actually is included in the packet. So, as everybody's aware, we've been receiving complaints about GFL services. Most notably, we've been receiving some complaints about the commingling of recycling with general waste. We've had a couple times where this has been addressed, and in the past, GFL has told us that it's not supposed to be happening. The drivers responsible have been disciplined, but for some reason, it kept going on. Most recently, we had some video, and speaking with our city attorney, we decided to bring in a couple outside investigators to look into the issue, look into what's actually going on, how often is this happening, is it really happening, and what do we do about it? So basically what has happened is this private investigation, the guys tailed GFL. They did surveillance on GFL on 5 different days. On most of those days, they did in fact notice the garbage trucks picking up garbage, the recycling trucks picking up recycling. They followed a recycling truck all the way to the recycling plant. However, on the last day, they did notice a significant amount of commingling of recycling with trash. So yes, essentially in that one, we never got a report on, outside of the investigators letting me know that yes, this did happen. So we're not sure how often it's happening, but that it does happen, but not that it's happening every day. So I met with GFL. I called them in to discuss. I gave them the report and let them look at it. And they said, absolutely, it's not supposed to happen. And we came to the agreement that when we do have incidents of this, when this does happen, we will be withholding the recycling payment for that day. We will not be paying for a service we're not receiving. And they've made it clear with their drivers. They, in fact, the following day, were having a follow-up meeting with all of their drivers to discuss the issue. So if anybody gets reports of these, we need it immediately, or else we can't verify. But that's the gist of it right there. We shouldn't be paying for a service that we're not receiving, and also it would cost us more for them to commingle, because then the stuff that should be going to the recycling plant is going to the landfill, and we're paying a higher tipping fee than we should.
exactly.
okay, was there any part of the funds that is being paid to GFL, has anything been withheld on this?
It has not yet, as I just informed them, at the end of this investigation, that this is what we're doing.
And that was, when did this end?
So I wrote this report October 17th. I met with GFL, I think, the following week. So it was the end of October I met with them. And we have yet to receive any complaints about commingling since. And also, they've also mentioned that we do have residents that will use their recycling bin as an additional trash can. And I told them, don't spoil a recycling load with that. So if they can clearly see inappropriate material is in a recycling bin, they will pass it up, because they will not spoil a load because somebody is playing games with the recycling bins.
Well, I would recommend in the future that you have spot checks.
Yep.
In reference to this. All right, questions on,
I have no further questions, other than we need to maybe put it on the website or something for a spot for citizens can notify immediately to the city, so that we can, if another problem arises, we take care of it immediately. I just, want everybody to know we are being very serious about this.
so further discussion on accounts and claims payable? Okay, do you have a question on accounts and claims payable? Okay, we're going to be going into citizen communications in just a few moments, okay? Hearing, okay. Clerk, call the roll.
Councilpersons Ross?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Higgins?
Yes.
Kelsey?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Tovin?
Yes.
And Mayor Carnes.
Yes. So now we have our city manager report, Ms. Krazan.
Well, so I had essentially just given most of it, but I will, a couple other things that I'd like to point out with specifically the sanitation fund. This is where we are collecting the fees for the service, for recycling and waste. The fund is almost a straight pass-through. It's a very leanly managed fund. Last year was the first year we had any kind of a surplus since, I think, fiscal year 2016-17. So currently, that fund has a negative fund balance. There's not a lot of extra money in this fund at all. In fact, there's none, based on the negative fund balance. But we did have a good year last year in that we had a positive. We had 140,000 more in revenue than we had in expenditures. But that said, that fund is in a negative. So that all the funding for this comes directly off of the quarterly fees. But so I do want to say I was pleased that GFL, when we met, they were very receptive. They were very much, we're going to fix this. We're going to make this right because, this is a big issue. So that said, I'll move on in my report. I hadn't prepared a great deal because I expected to talk a lot more about GFL. But I will highlight the people with the milestone anniversaries coming up this month. We've got a big one with Dave Horvath in our LP Pride program, who is hitting 20 years. Kennedy Odell at the animal shelters hitting her 1-year full-time anniversary. Andrew Emler in the fire department at 15. There's also another big anniversary in the fire department that doesn't quite hit my normal 5-year intervals, but there's about 26 years, I think, that's happening down there. Good. But another fire department, Tom Gross hits his 5 years. In the police department, Officer Diego Fragosa, he's hitting his 1 year. And in the clerk's office, Karen Navarre, she's hitting her 5-year anniversary with us. Nice. So some big ones there. We had a ton that are in like the 14-year, 19-year range. So next year we'll have a great deal too. It seems like November has been a good hiring month. I suppose a few months out from the start of the fiscal year when new positions get approved might make sense. But so with that, I'm happy to take any questions anybody might have.
Okay. I'll start off with the plans for the police department extensions and the animal shelter. Where do we stand with that? I thought that we were going to be heading to construction at some point here.
Ray Parker from Hennessy is here and is our man on the projects.
Mayor, unfortunately, with those projects, the animal shelter took a lot longer. With the addition of the second phase, there was a lot more planning that went into it. The initial phase 1 was completely designed, specifications and everything were ready. When we did the second phase, there was a lot more that had to be redone for the electrical, the plumbing, the heating and cooling. So I should have that package ready to go out for bid this week. I had one other issue with the police station addition. The overhang on the one side, the east side of the building, is a 2-foot overhang, and we determined that it was a pre-stressed concrete panel that we cannot really penetrate or we don't want to cut out. So I'm working on a new solution for that one, trying to get that one out this week as well. I apologize for the delays.
So we're looking at that spring construction for both projects?
Yes, and there's still a possibility, if we can get them out for bid next week, that we could still, depending on the weather, there's still concrete work that can be done in the wintertime. The unfortunate thing is we're also facing a concrete shortage right now. So, but I have the plans completely set for the animal shelter. I'm finalizing the specifications for those. I was working on those today, and the police station I'm planning to have it done by the end of the week.
Okay, I don't know if they're going to want to do it at the next meeting, because it's usually a an abbreviated schedule, but see what you're...
Yeah, if we get it out, we still want to put them out for a 2-week bid process, so we're probably looking at the first meeting into December.
To award the bid.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, appreciate that. Anything else for the city manager?
If I may, through the chair.
Go ahead, sir.
We had a business on 4th Street that was going to be demolished, and we gave them extra time. Where's the time element on that? Are we close to it, past to it, or they were going to do something? Well, it came a couple times to the council, but we gave them some time, and I haven't heard any more about it.
As I believe,
Is that 1574?
ownership has changed hands, correct, John? Which kind of starts the clock over for the new owner, does it not?
Correct. So they now have 27 days to
These
get
are-
us a set of sketch drawings on the inside. They don't need,
I need
because
to
it was not a fire.
Come forward, John, thank you.
Because it wasn't a fire damage, they don't need structural engineering reports, but they need they need complete architectural drawings on the rebuild of the property on the inside. And so now they have 27 days is roughly my guess. I'll look at it and confirm it if you need a detailed number, but it's more under a month that they need to give us a sealed set of drawings for us to review, and then they can put it out to bid for permits, and then they have 6 months to complete.
Thank you.
For the city manager, Councilwoman Tobin, you're next.
I'm just wondering about the, first off, the website. I know that we're supposed to be getting a new website. Has that moved forward at all?
Yeah, we've, so I think most of you have probably seen, we put out a survey looking for feedback on what people would like to see us change. We're working on a survey for those of us who work with the website to try and find what features we need, what things we need to improve on. So we are moving forward because we have, our current provider has actually provided us a quote for a redesign that would come with another redesign in a couple of years. And we're trying to piece together before we have a conversation with them what exactly we need to do and see if they can do it for us.
Okay. My concern is that when you go onto the website and you look for things, they're not there, or the website hasn't been updated at all. You can't find what you're looking for. When you go into the calendar, we have the master calendar, the meeting calendar, we have an events calendar. That event calendar has never anything entered into it at all. I sent an email about a change in a meeting time and asked it to be changed, and minutes put on that website. Some of the minutes were put on the website, but the meeting still hasn't been updated. And it was, well, the updates in the minutes. People should be able to go to that commission and just look at the meeting dates, and it should be changed. They shouldn't have to go through a minute or reading of minutes to find out a change of date. I don't know why this stuff isn't being done on a regular basis. But everything, you know, we've had this discussion before when we're doing negotiations and other stuff. Well, you can look at the contracts. They're not updated either. I really want to see somebody put some effort into the website so that we can find what we need to find. It's just not there. So that's my one thing. And then I have, the other thing is, you know, we started out with getting DPS on track with the employees, moving forward with everything, and it seems to kind of fallen off by the website, or the wayside. I did have the sweepers come down my street today, which was awesome. I'm just kind of concerned that when we're going into plowing and salting, and if we're having water main breaks and we're still pulling people out of their departments to help with the water main breaks and that, how are we going to be able to accomplish all this and stay on top of it if we get a really bad winter and we get a lot of snow? I mean, are we still trying to fill positions down there?
We are. We had interviews last week, John?
Yeah.
We're not intentionally not hiring.
No, I didn't, that's not what I meant.
We are recruiting. The recruitment process is ongoing. We test people within the week of them applying. The process moves at what, for a local government, is almost a lightning speed. From application to first date for those who get through it's impressive. I think we've had people within 3 or 4 weeks starting.
Well, once we get these staffed, are we still looking at pulling people from different departments to work on issues that come up on a daily basis that we can't control?
When we're fully staffed, the biggest one where you'd be pulling people would be on a snow emergency, because that's all hands on deck. But typically, if we are fully staffed in normal operations, I don't think we're pulling people quite as much as we need to now.
It's just the concern that when you're pulling people, things aren't getting done with where they're supposed to be doing them. And, we're just kind of chasing our tails, and like to see some productivity and things get a little bit better. That's all I have for you.
Anything else for the city manager?
Through the chair,
Good.
Councilwoman Tobin brings up good points there at DPS. So what I would truly like to see, James, I'm requesting a walkthrough of DPS and kind of just address the things that were in the evaluation, so that we can kind of see for ourselves and check off what's been done and what still needs to be done.
Right.
Thank you.
Anyone else for the city manager? All right, then we will then move on to department head report. This time it's Ray Waters, police chief.
Give you guys a brief, quick 2.5-hour update.
We're
Police Department since last June. Our road patrol currently consists of 19 full-time uniform officers. We currently have 5 additional officers, but they're on FTO program right now. So they're training, they're not included in manpower, but they're out on the road with the officers now. Currently down 2 officers with another one scheduled to graduate this Thursday from Schoolcraft Police Academy. Since June, the road patrol officers have taken 9,013 calls for service. They've made 525 arrests and issued 1,742 violations. They've issued an additional 2,425 violations working set, which is outside their shift work. Our detective bureau currently consists of 1 sergeant, 1 lieutenant, 1 patrol detective, have investigated 352 complaints since June, and solved 248 of the 352 complaints. Our school resource officers, currently we have Detective Stafford at the middle school and Detective Blaylock assigned to the high school. Both officers are working closely with school staff to make sure that the children have a safe learning environment. Animal shelter, currently have 1 part-time, 1 full-time. We're currently short 1 part-time employee, but we are doing interviews. We did a few last week. We're hoping to get a couple more this week. Since June, we've brought in 66 dogs, returned 30 back to their owners, adopted out 7, and transferred out 5. We currently have 13 dogs at our shelter. Our SCAT unit, since June, has investigated 52 complaints, seized 53 vehicles, and served numerous search warrants. Ordinance Pride Department issued over 405 violations, investigated 1,273 complaints, and this was done all while they were shorthanded over the summer. They were down 1. Records Bureau consists of 2 full-time and 1 part-time. We just hired another part-time today, and she'll hopefully start on Wednesday. We were short for about 2 months back in the Records Bureau. They've reviewed over 17,601 electronic complaints, which is crash reports, citations, live scans, and reports that the officers make. They've also collected and processed $15,350 in fees, so it's booking fees, sex offenders, and PBT fees, and processed 115 FOIA requests. Training. In July, Lieutenant Lyles attended a leadership school in Columbus, Ohio. This was a class 2 of a series of 3. It would have given her a certification when all 3 classes were completed with the FBI National Academy in Leadership. as she was prepared and went out to the third class, it was canceled, and we're waiting for that class to be rescheduled. In August, Officer Blaylock attended a school resource officer school put on by the National Association, and Detective Eischer attended ASP training and rifle instructor school. Officers Howell, Nicholas, Vinette, and Martin all attended EVO school, which is Emergency Vehicle Operations School. Officer Koopser attended FTO training and is now part of our FTO Field Training Officer unit where he trains our new guys. In September, Lieutenant Lyles and Coulter attended MPEDS, which is put on by the Michigan Chapter FBI National Academy in Garland. It's a police executive training school. Deputy Chief Lavis and myself attended the law enforcement conference put on by Michigan FBI National Chapter in September. Some of the topics covered were officer wellness, legal updates, and a review of the Oxford shooting at the high school. That was put on by the investigators that actually responded and did the investigation for the incident. And it was some interesting facts that were put out there. The department trained with the FATS Firearm Training Simulator, which has been a good tool for shoot, don't shoot training for our officers. And Lieutenant Lyles also attended accreditation school put on by the MACP. We've been working on our accreditation now for about 2 years, and she attended a school that would and talked to some of the other departments that have been accredited so that they could kind of give her some tips on to how to get us through a little quicker. In October, our department qualified at the Taylor Range. We qualified with handgun, rifle, and shotgun. And Detective Lasinskas went to the new detective school put on by Oakland County. Our community policing, in July, Sergeant Mueller and Lyles, Cadet Logan, all went to the band shell for the Summertime Fun Kids Club. They provided summer safety tips and handed out department swag. In August, we hosted our Cops Care backpack giveaway. We handed out 524 backpacks that day, filled with school supplies, and the Kiwanis Club passed out 400 books. The police department, along with Cooley's Ice Cream Truck, patrolled the streets of Lincoln Park in August and handed out 300 ice creams to our Lincoln Park residents. And we hosted our Fall Blood Drive also in August. We collected 54 units of blood, potentially saving as many as 137 lives. In September, Sergeant Mueller went to Carr and Keppen School for safety talks. And in October, the police department hosted our trunk or treat at the community center. Over 400 local kids attended the event. Also October, we sold a limited edition pink shoulder patch for breast cancer awareness. The police department raised $1,160. All proceeds will be donated to the Shades of Pink Foundation. And then just in the last this last week, we did a pasta fundraiser that raised over $10,000 that will be used for our future backpack giveaways. This will assure that we have money set aside now for several years that we can continue on our backpack giveaway. And Saturday, we attended a pancake with the police. This was hosted by the Bethel Assembly of God at their cafe, Fort in Detroit. Numerous citizens were able to come up, have breakfast, and talk to the officers. Moving forward, we'll continue to recruit our candidates to fill our shortages and continue to find ways to reduce crime.
Chief, how many officers have you hired in the last 2 years, say?
2 years?
Yeah. 2 or 3.
I know that since I've been chief for the last 7 years, I've hired 43.
So it's a lot of transition there. I just want to congratulate you and your department for the way that you're assimilating all the new people in there.
We have a very young department, which makes it, puts a lot of stress on some of our command officers. They do a really good job on making sure that these young officers are doing the right thing.
Then Detective Blaylock, that I see at the school, is assimilating himself very well in there. He's making not friends, but with the kids, and he's also finding out that they push back every once in a while, or push.
Literally push back?
Literally push
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
But it's been a nice mix. I've been there for several years, and he's doing an exceptional job. And with that, one of the training that you were key in bringing to Lincoln Park last year, which is the cyber investigations to prevent school shootings, that was offered in Monroe. An officer or Detective Blaylock went to that.
That's correct, he did.
Last week.
And right away, within a week, he was already able to use that information and preserved some things that was on social media.
Yes, and so it's hopefully, I mean, but the stuff that he learned there it carries over to all of his detail, all of his duties. And then the CPW did Angels Night, and I know that Officer Muir, Lieutenant Lyles, and a couple other officers were out and about watching over the people that did respond and went out. So your guys did a nice job on that. Anything else for the chief?
Through the chair, Your Honor, if you don't mind.
Council President,
First
go
off,
ahead.
Chief, I appreciate all the stuff you do with the community, and it's really, really great. But the only thing that I don't know how I want to bring this up, but when you swear an officer, wouldn't it be nice if you had him up here on a council Monday to swear him in, where we'd have an audience and the council could actually meet him instead of a 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon?
Well, we try to do it, schedule our day with his family to his or her family, so it usually works out better that way. That's why we do it that way.
All right, thanks.
Because it's usually one training day, we continue on with his day, his or her day.
And result in overtime for the other people coming in, right? Or
Well, a lot of our first day training people would be working days, so it's easier to do it that way too.
Thought it'd be a nice gesture to have him up here and meet us all, but that's fine, I got you.
Through the chair?
Well, it would be nice for the city to meet their new officers in that way, just to bring them.
So Saturday we had 3, 4 of them, the brand new guys at the pancake breakfast. They were hanging out the whole time. So it's kind of the...
Flipping pancakes?
Well, they were, I think they were eating the pancakes. I don't think they were flipping them.
That's all right.
But they were able to meet a lot of people there that day.
Councilwoman Ross, go ahead.
Yeah, and they were at the trunk or treat, I know. So, but just so that you know, standing in for us is the Public Safety Commission when they're swearing them in too. So they're being welcomed.
Okay.
Chief, are we enforcing the prohibited parking days and times?
We are.
We are. And have we given up on the crossing guard positions?
I believe it's posted. We just haven't got it in the applicants.
No? Okay.
It's kind of an odd timing, and so you have to really, pretty much get it almost like a retiree that would be interested in it. But we haven't had an applicant in
No.
a long time.
Okay. Thought I'd ask.
I have some free time coming up. That's being suggested to me.
There you go.
Councilwoman, do you have anything else?
I'm done. Thank you.
Anybody else have something for the chief? All right, sir, thank you.
Thank you.
We will then open it up for citizen communications. If you'd like to address council, you would come up and identify yourself, and then
My name is David Horst. I've been a resident of the city of Lake Park for like 75 years. And I've got a tree in my front yard that's in the city median. That I've had a large branch, well, one set of branches fell down that would have put me in the hospital. 2 that would have killed me. And I called DPS for over a year, and nothing has happened. I was on the list at the beginning of the year for the tree to be taken down. Now, the tree, I said right away, would have green leaves on it. It would look like it's alive, but it's hollow in the inside. The bark is all split. And if you wish to see pictures, I have them on my phone. And I'm just making this city council and the mayor and manager aware of this, as I have serious problems with it being unattended to and it being on the list to be taken down this year. And also I called DPS superintendent. He said he'd see about getting the supervisors out. Nothing ever happened.
What address are we talking about?
1369 Buckingham. And I also have limbs on there that are hanging into the street, okay? And I know, I bet my bottom dollar, that come winter and the snow sits on them, they're gonna snap and end up in the middle of the street. And God, they can fall clean, or they can do whatever, fall on top of a car, whatever might be coming down the street at that time, or it might fall on somebody.
Well, we have the city manager and the DPS director at the meeting tonight, obviously. I mean, so you can meet with them afterwards, or if you're able to come in during the day and get an appointment and talk to both to see if we can get this resolved for you.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Like I said, this what is bothering me is I have called this in last September. It looked on the city website and it said I was scheduled to have that tree taken down. And it was probably in this August or July or August. I was told.
The city manager will look into it. We'll check the list, and we'll.
Yeah, it's on the top of the list.
We will check the tree and find out what is going on, if it needs to be
Yeah,
repaired or not.
do you wish I can show the council photos I have on my phone right now if you wish.
Well, this isn't the place for that, sir, but if you will go over to where our DPS director is, you can show the photos to Mr. Kazoo.
Okay.
And then he will meet with the city manager and we'll develop a plan to take care of what needs to be done with your tree.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, well, my big thing was just seeing about saving the city money.
I understand. Thank you, sir.
Well, good evening again, Mayor and Council. Clifford Eberts, longtime Lincoln Park resident and part of founding families of the cities. One thing I did want to say is that I've seen a lot of the side streets getting repaired. There's a lot of positive things I'm seeing. Faster police response, fire response. There's a lot going on in the city. We're moving in a more positive direction, and I like that. I like the new banners with the slogan, "It's great to do business in Lincoln Park," because it is. Now, we need to take that a step further and push the city forward and continue on doing these projects so that we can make this city, as I've always said, a world-class city and a marketable city. So I'll try to keep all the remarks short. As most of you know, if you've turned on your FM radios, WNIC has their Christmas music on, which means the holiday season is upon us. Thanksgiving, Christmas, and such the like, New Year's. There's a lot of events going on. Please be aware of your surroundings when you're out driving. If you're partying, don't be drinking and driving. Other thing is support your local businesses in Lincoln Park because they depend greatly on participation from everybody. And participation is what I'll be looking for, as now that we are back to regular open meetings. I will be again this year decorating the council chambers for the holiday season to make it very festive and make it a pleasure to see some positive things going on. So if any of you have, as you're going through your Christmas decorations, you have decorations or lights or anything that you want to bring to City Hall that I could use to decorate the council chambers. I have a lot here, but could always use more to make it more bright and festive. Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to say, too. I wanted to thank everybody for Devil's Night. Mayor Carnes, Councilman Higgins, and myself, and a couple of others. We went out, patrolled the streets. Thank the good Lord above. Lincoln Park had very little incidences, so I just want to thank everybody for that, and hopefully that we have a increased turnout next year. And with the summer season drawing to a close, I just want in a very special way thank Maureen for a wonderful summer. As I told her at the park and at Lincoln Park Days, she has done an incredible job for the city and hit a home run. If you go to the Thursday night concert series or you go to Lincoln Park Days, that entertainment lineup she's got, wow, there is something for everybody. The art in the park, I have to say, Maureen is a big win for the city. So anytime you see her, thank her and encourage your volunteer efforts to help her out with things like that. I'm sure she'd appreciate it. And remember, tomorrow is Election Day. Please get out and vote. We have 29,000 registered voters. If you can, pick up a friend who can't drive, take them to the polls so they can vote. And that's all I've got. And God bless everyone, and thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Is there anyone else that wishes to be heard?
Hello. My name is Wafia Laggi. I've been a resident of Lincoln Park for about 3 years. It's nice to see you all. Thank you all for everything that you do for Lincoln Park. It's been a pleasure living here so far. Thank you for the report on GFL. I was wondering, well, it's okay. I'm sure you'll put up on there how many people you would need to, submit anything that's going on with mixing of recyclables. I was wondering if you guys ever looked into any companies that take your recyclables and turn them into usable products for the city, such as maybe residents dropping off milk jugs and them turning them into benches. I know there are some libraries around the country that do that, and it's actually free. It doesn't cost anything. The residents just have to drop them off, and some companies will turn them into things that we can do.
There is a fee that's associated with that.
Okay.
I know that
some companies do that.
I turned over 40 yard waste bags full of plastic caps to the Mixter Institute, and they are taking that and they're going to convert it into benches.
Oh,
but there
nice.
is a fee of it's a processing fee that you take it down to the plant and then they assess. I think it's like $750. And then you come home with either one or two benches, depending on it. So that is being done, but there is a cost to it also.
Okay. And so okay. Also, I wanted to say I agree with Councilwoman Tobin about the website. I was on there earlier, and there were a lot of things that I couldn't find or just things that weren't there. So I think it's great that you guys are taking a look at that and looking to update that. So I'll be looking forward to that change in the future. Also, I wanted to know if there were any diversity initiatives that were being done in the city. I know the city has grown, has had its largest growth probably within the last 40 years, with new residents coming from a lot of different places. So I was wondering if there were any diversity and inclusion programs that the city currently has.
Well, we are working with the consulate from Mexico for establishing our relationship there. We're looking to do a sister city program with Aygala. It's just southwest of Mexico City. And because their population there have grown from, I think, 10% to 20-some percent. So we're looking to do that. There are diversity trainings that are going on for all employees, but if you have something in mind, I mean, you can bring that to the city manager. They're always.
I'm just learning.
Well, no, and we are too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Because we have a growing population.
Absolutely.
Of different groups, and we don't want to have anyone feel left out. Matter of fact, we have openings on various commissions so that if you wanted to get more involved in one, or it's on the website. And it's not the
Yeah,
easiest thing
I
in the
actually
world to find.
applied for one when I first moved here, but COVID hit, so maybe I'll reapply again.
Well,
But,
then we'd like you to become involved.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Okay.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. How are you? I'm Blake. I'm a new homeowner here in Lincoln Park, home of 1796 Gregory, the big tallest house on Gregory. We've had some issues. I've been here for 2 months. At Gregory and Porter, there's only a stop sign on Porter, but no stop signs on Gregory. There's been 4 accidents since I've been here, all on camera. It's ridiculous. So I do have a petition to give to you guys to possibly have a stop sign put in on Gregory, both east and west. Because there's people who think it's a drag race from Abbott to Dix, and it's ridiculous. The kids who live on the street, they can't walk across the street without getting almost hit by a car. And it's getting out of hand. I even have people from Buckingham who signed it. And same with Gregory Park. There's kids riding dirt bikes back and forth, going 70 miles an hour. I called police 2 hours, no one shows up. I have it on video, I've recorded it. I even went up to the police station, tried to talk to the chief and Sergeant Mueller. They refused. The kids can't even go there to play at the park. There's 3 or 4 dirt bikes going 70 miles an hour, and it's just ridiculous. Someone's gonna get killed. So I sure hope you guys take those stop signs into consideration.
Well, anything that's submitted in that fashion, there'll have to be a traffic study that would look at how many accidents.
Oh, no, I have videos. Since I've been there, 4 accidents.
I understand, but that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Okay? It's investigation by the department, because it's not only to put stop signs in to stop speeding.
Well, you got stop signs all the way from 4th Street to Dix,
There are
except for my street.
There are other considerations that are done. A traffic study will be done by the police department.
Not a single cop's been, since I've been there, I've only seen 2 cops pass my house.
I'm trying to help you here.
Yeah.
So if you don't want me to talk, that's fine.
Oh, go ahead.
There will be a traffic study that will need to be done. There will be a report that is done from the police department, the chief, to the mayor and council at that point, to either recommending or recommending not to take any action.
Yeah.
If you watch the meeting's agenda, you will see when it is coming up, and you will be able to voice your opinion.
Okay. And also, if possible, like said, from Abbott all the way to Dix, they think it's a drag strip. Do you guys have like a speed limit, speedometer thing you guys park in front of my house so you guys can see how fast these people are going?
We do have a sign.
Can you put it in front of my house if possible? Like,
we will.
Because at this point, I'll be contacting the county because it is also the county road. It's part of the county's.
It is not, but.
Well, I spoke to the county today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, if that's what you choose to do, sir.
So I'm just requesting if the council will approve possibly next meeting a speed limit sign in front of my house.
Well, that's not something that the council...
Or the chief, or the police,
council
yeah.
orders. I mean, requests from citizens come in
Yeah.
for something of that nature. The request, the chief is here, he has your address. He'll make notation of that. You have made a request for that.
Oh, yeah. And, same, like I said with their bikes too, last time I called, I actually recorded it. The dispatcher's like, are they kids riding their bikes? I said, yes, ma'am. She's like, let them be kids. I'm like, what? I asked her for her badge and name. She refused and hung up. So, it shows how professional it is. I actually sent it to Channel 4 News 2 days ago. So, that's very unprofessional. And I'm fearing for the neighbors. They can't even go to the park and play. Like, every day. Four dirt bikes, just vroom, vroom, 70 miles an hour. Would anyone like to see the videos?
Not at this time, sir.
But I just sure wish something will happen, or if not, I will.
You can
I'll resign.
relay them to the chief. That would be fine. I know that there are dirt
Well,
bikes.
I'm trying to speak to the chief and sergeant. They never want to speak. I go to the front desk, they always say they're busy. I said, can I set up a meeting? Oh, they're too busy. I spoke to the sergeant on desk a week ago.
Okay, you need to finish up, sir. You're in the last 10 seconds.
No, that's fine. So I'm just hoping something gets done, or I will sell my house and go to a different city. So.
That's time, sir. Anyone else wishing to address council? Okay, we'll move on to oral reports of the mayor and council. Council President Salcedo.
Good evening, Mayor, residents of Lincoln Park. Thanks for hanging on with us the day before election. But anyway, I want to explain my last absence. I was at my daughter's wedding in Traverse City, spent 9 wonderful days in Traverse City, so I wish her and her spouse the very best. Also, speaking about the election, the weather's going to be nice tomorrow, November 8th. Please get out there and vote, and I wish all the best luck to Carrie Kerr and her election inspectors tomorrow. I would also like to wish Mayor Carnes and Larry Kelsey the best. It's been a pleasure with you guys. Hopefully, something will happen in the future where I get to meet up with you again soon. But I'm sure I'll see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
So, anyway, the best of luck to you. Also, finally, Happy Veterans Day also this Friday. It's to all the veterans out there and all who served our country, and all our veterans of Lincoln Park. There's also going to be something I'm sure another council person will speak on this Friday at the Historical Museum. But that's all I have, Your Honor. Good night.
Thanks, sir. Councilman Higgins.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'd like to thank everybody who had anything to do with any of the trick or treats that went on over the Halloween season. Maureen's was fantastic. The police was, I counted about 400 kids. The Little League had an amazing one. Several of the churches had great big ones. Skate Company did. I just want to thank everybody for coming out and giving something to the kids. It is always great to have something for the kids. I'd like to also remind everybody, on Friday, 11/11 at 11 at the museum, we are having a Veterans Day celebration. Please come out. It's a great thing. I'd like to thank all the volunteers on Angels Night. It was a great, good turnout, and no problems at all night long, which was a great thing for our city. Like to announce a couple of new city events coming up. On December 4th, there will be a fundraiser at the library. Santa Claus will be there, music will be there, a balloon guy will be there, and a lot of vendor fair going on all at the same time. It's going to be great. December 3rd, we'll have the official tree lighting for the city. And on January 6th, we're going to have a new festival. I'll explain that later on a future date. But we have a lot coming up. And also, I'd like to congratulate the Farmers Market. They finished their season this month. They did a great job all year long, and they ended with a Halloween special, of course. Thank you to them. And also, on a personal note, had some great things in my family as well. I got my 15th grandson. Alistair came in at 8 pounds, 8 ounces, and healthy boy.
Congratulations.
That's all for me, Your Honor.
Thanks, sir. Councilwoman Tobin.
So I wanted to remind everybody too, the tree lighting on December 3rd. It starts at 6 o'clock. Rumor has it that Santa will be coming over in a fire truck. There will be refreshments at the museum, and we will have some old-fashioned carols singing songs with you at the Christmas tree. So come out and see that one. The Chamber of Commerce again this year is doing a festival of trees at Fantasyland. It's really cool to see all these trees decorated. A family or a business can get involved in this. You just have to contact Debbie Van Cleve or Sharon King. They'll tell you the incidentals about it, but it's really, really beautiful. And the proceeds from that this year will be going to the Lincoln Park Train Club. Parks and Recreation is bringing back the Jack Frost Jamboree this year. It will be January 27th and 28th. There will be vendors and crafters and food sellers. There will be acoustic entertainment throughout the day. On Saturday, we're going to have races, possibly cardboard sled races again, but we're thinking we might make you build a snowman this year and race your snowman, kids' activities, different stuff like that. And of course, don't forget Veterans Day and the bell ringing, and we'll be renaming the 4th Street Memorial Highway after Sergeant Frank. So, and get out and vote, everybody, and stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Councilwoman Ross.
Thank you, Your Honor. I know that we've already mentioned the Veterans Day bell ringing ceremony, but I want you guys to see this, because this is Sergeant Frank right here. And if I could just tell you a little bit about him, that's Army Specialist Craig S. Frank of Lincoln Park, who served in the 1775 Military Police Company of the Michigan National Guard, participating in Operation Iraqi Freedom. He was killed in action on July 17, 2004, while providing armed protection for an American military convoy traveling north in Baghdad, Iraq. So this year's bell ringing is to honor him, and as you know, too, the 4th Street is named in his honor. And I think the signs are already up, so you may have already seen them. So hopefully you will join us in honoring all our veterans on Friday. That's at 11 at the museum. The invasion of the Saucermen was canceled, as you know. I'm sorry, there were some unforeseen circumstances there that caused that cancellation. And the Wednesday evening, November 2nd, the Crafts of Template, Pewter, and More, that was also canceled, but that one is rescheduled for Saturday, December 3rd at 3 p.m. So we'll have a lot for you on that Saturday, December 3rd with the tree lighting after. So, I did want to mention that I happened to attend the town hall that FAN had on November 3rd at the high school. If you ever get a chance to attend one of these, I would so like you to. Let me just put it that way. There is so much information, and it's so eye-opening, really. We are still in an opioid crisis. So if I could just remind you that at the police department, there is a drug take-back box that's available to you at your convenience. The lobby is open 24 hours, 7 days a week, right, Chief? So that is there for you. I know that the Myers Pharmacy in Lincoln Park also has another drug take-back box. I've got some exciting news also. We've got some vouchers from the Wayne County Household Hazardous Waste Program. I sought out some more information. I had a resident approach me after one of the meetings and mentioned that the last event that the Wayne County held at the Taylor Community College, that was very well attended, and so some people ended up leaving the line. So I sought out some more information and found out that Wayne County offers these vouchers. So we have vouchers here at City Hall for you, and you can take your household hazardous waste to, it's quite a drive, but it's an option. It is to Merriman Road in Livonia. And you can do that with this voucher. You can do that Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. But you do have to provide the voucher. So I thought that was good. We don't have to wait for the actual events to do that. And then, of course, just a reminder that we are participating with Simple Recycling. And I figured, why not mention it again as we're sorting through some holiday stuff, right? If there's something that, that you want to donate. And hopefully, I will see you tomorrow at the polls. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. Councilwoman Dupre.
All the events have been listed, so I'm going to ask everybody just to please vote and let your voices be heard. Have a good night and God bless.
Thank you, ma'am. Councilman Kelsey.
Thank you. As a short-termer, I'm going to say thank you for all the stuff the council has done and the pleasant discussions we've had, and wish the mayor good luck, and he's a short-timer. And tomorrow is voting, and like I've seen in social media, if you complain, that's tough luck, because you could have ran, and only 3 people ran for 2 spots. So I got no sympathy for him. And also make sure you get out and vote tomorrow. Thank you and good night.
Thanks, sir. Well, here we are. We have a few things. This afternoon, the Excel, which is a high school program, a high school club similar to an exchange club, actually it is an exchange club, had a special visitor today. Chief Michael Prinz from the fire department was there talking, which was really enlightening for about 45 minutes. They had some great questions. For some reasons, Dalmatians kept coming up, but he promises to work on that. It was nice of the chief to be there. I know that the 7 new members are very appreciative of you taking the time to come down and to speak on that. Second, we have 2 new Crossroads programs coming in. There is a show that I was doing while I was mayor, filmed over in front of the blanket over there. Just sort of a conversation that we have with various folks. The 2 that are coming up, or the last 2 probably, would be with our city attorney, Ed Zelnak. I was listening to what he has gone through and the different things that he has been a part of for the longest serving tenure as a city attorney, and plus with his almost into being world famous through Hollywood. And it's the world traverse. Yeah, give it a look. It really was informative. And the second episode was the person that's on the opposite side of the camera here, Don Belinsky, who does our camera work for all events. He is at every concert. He'll be at the 11/11 at 11 program for that. So his work is appreciative, and there's some interesting stories in there, in particular how he at age 18 went in his Chevy Chevelle and went cross-country to California. So we appreciate that, and the personal note that I appreciate the effort and the work that Don has done as putting this show on, which is not easy. 11/11 at 11, and we mentioned Sergeant Craig Frank. His parents will be at that meeting. there was a dedication of the Sergeant Craig S. Frank Memorial Highway that was done, but it was simply with the people from the state, some of Sergeant Frank's friends, and his parents. But we'll do a city dedication for that so that everyone is aware of it, and it gives the honor that it needs. Because the main idea of this all is that Sergeant Frank is not forgotten, and that's a big part of his family, his mom and dad, when this whole project gone, because this has been a project of 4 or 5 years to get this to see on this coming day. But it's more than Sergeant Frank. This is an opportunity for everyone out there to pay homage to a veteran that is from your family. It may be somebody that has served in the past, somebody that is currently serving, but you get the opportunity to go up, say that person's name, and then ring that bell. And we will stay there until the last person has the opportunity to do so. So if you're available, and as the council president said, it's supposed to be a beautiful day. Next, vote. I mean, we got to end this soon so we can get back here at like 5 o'clock in the morning, or so. There's nothing more important than this. We have 29,000 registered voters. You'll find at the end of things that if we get 30% of those people voting, we will be extremely lucky. So prove me wrong. Come in with over 50,000. It is your right to do and to vote. People are dying for this right, for you to be able to vote. Get your asses out there at 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. and make this happen. And then lastly, been working. This is Councilman Kelsey's and my last. We're going to have a partial meeting. And I'll say that we will open here on the 21st. At 7:30 p.m. to have an abbreviated agenda, and we will then pause. What's the term?
Sine die.
Sine die. Sine night. And then we will then go over to the Lincoln Park High School auditorium where the new mayor and council will be sworn in. This is the 21st of November. Lincoln Park High School.
Regular time.
Well, it's hard to give you a time because this meeting has to go first. I'm going to give you an estimated time of about 8:30. So if you show up at 8 o'clock, get a good seat, you'll be sure to not miss any of the festivities.
Is the first meeting here?
Yes.
Yes. So it'll go, and then, but there's plenty of room. This is the future of your town, so listen to the people that will be representing you. There'll be some familiar faces, there'll be some new faces that will do, but it's up to you to see and to witness that coming in. It's been my honor to be your mayor for 9 years now, which is quite a deal. There's a lot of good people that I've worked with and for, but in the end, it was always working for the citizens of Lincoln Park to make Lincoln Park a better place to live. The old Boy Scout motto, I feel that we've done this for 9 years, and the city's a little bit better than when we started. So I will leave it at that and entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Support.
Clerk, call the roll.
Councilperson Salcido?
Yes.
Tobin?
Yes.
Dupre?
Yes.
Higgins? Yes. Kelsey?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
And Mayor Carnes.
Yes. Add sign. Sign die. Sign die.